I chose chiropractic because I grew up in it. I always knew I wanted to help people. I always knew I wanted to grow up and be just like my dad. So it was kind of one of those things where you knew you're going to be a chiropractor no matter what. Some girls grow up dreaming they want to be Barbie. I wanted to be Dr. Eriksen. Going to Palmer allowed me the opportunity to learn about Gonstead. And of course, growing up with Eriksen Chiropractic in my family, I always knew Gonstead was the way to go. I'd always heard about Dr. Clarence Gonstead from my dad and knew how beneficial this technique was to the patients and how much that he using it was able to help his patients. And so I knew that that's what I wanted to do. Right now, I'm completing my CCEP, Certified Chiropractic Extremity Practitioner. I have one more class to go, so I want to get that done now that I've graduated, get that over with, get another addition to Eriksen Chiropractic that we can help our patients and really concentrate on athletes. And I think with that, it's going to be my big thing, and maybe one day even working with UK's basketball team. Well, I started the CCEP because I had, in college, I'd started developing problems with my shoulders and wrists and whatnot with adjusting. And so I got into it that way. And it was funny because when I was taking the classes originally, there was not too many females in the classes. Mostly all the males from college were in it with me. But I did meet one other female that was coming back to get recertified. And she was actually just slightly smaller than me. And she was working with the Minnesota Vikings football team. And she said, you know, I asked her, I was like, how do they look at you? And how are you actually able to get accomplished helping these huge athletes out? And she started laughing. She said, you know, they come in and they look at me and they start dying laughing and they can't believe I'm going to be able to do anything. She's like, but sure enough, as soon as they leave, I've got them so stressed out and hit all their trigger points. She's like, they're crying, but they're so thankful because it's helping them so much. So she's like, I might be little, but I can achieve a lot. And so I think that really got me going and made me interested in it and realizing that I could help athletes, whether it be a baseball player, basketball player, or even a humongous football player. At Palmer, it was weird being there at first because growing up, we always went there every summer. And so I really knew my way around already, so I wasn't one of the newbie kids. So that was nice, and knowing the instructors was really awesome. There's actually an instructor there. He teaches, it's called PNS, and it's in your third trimester, so your first year at Palmer. And he's this old man, and he will drill it into your head, every aspect of every nerve in your body. And so you really get to know your nerves, but the best part about it was he was actually an instructor when my dad was there. So he's been teaching for well over 40 years now, and so it was really entertaining to have the same instructor as my dad. Yeah, I also was chosen to represent Palmer at Clinic Abroad in Manaus, Brazil. And we were able to go to 3 different villages where the people were unable to afford or could not get out to health care. And so we were able to go in, evaluate these people, and adjust them and really do what we could to teach them about how to take care of themselves and give them the adjustments and chiropractic care that they needed. And also during that visit, I was able to go to an HIV/AIDS orphanage and work with little kids there. So that was amazing, and they were so excited to see us and have us there helping them out. It is like a dream come true. I feel like I've finally achieved my goal in life. And to actually be a part of Eriksen Chiropractic, not just the person in the background that's supporting it. And so it's really awesome to be right here in the middle of it and contributing to it. We like to tease Dad, saying his dream is coming true, that all 5 of his kids are either already chiropractors or in the process of becoming chiropractors. So it's actually been really amazing, and going up on stage and having my dad there to hand me my diploma was an unbelievable experience that I'll never forget. And so it's really awesome to have that and to have the family support behind it and know that everybody in your family is supportive of it. Right now, in today's society, I guess overall, chiropractic in general has always been a male-dominated field, and so finally females are starting to come in. I know even 10 years ago, 15 years ago, when my older siblings were going to chiropractic school, there's maybe 25 out of 100 were females. Now I'd say it's probably about 40% of the class is females, so it's really starting to improve. Overall, I've already noticed with my patients that the females are more comfortable talking to me about their personal issues, let alone pregnant females, having to go through that and the body changes and just different things that maybe a male wouldn't understand or wouldn't be as understanding of the situation that's going on. So it's one of those situations. And then also with kids, I think kids are maybe a little bit more open to someone that's a female and more gentle with them than maybe a big guy would be with them. So I think that's beneficial. And and I think women are able to look at me and realize that chiropractic can be gentle. It doesn't have to be performed by a big muscular guy, that a female can achieve the same results and be gentle and not hurt you. So I think the big thing that people don't realize is how beneficial chiropractic can be to infants and toddlers and kids in general. If you really think about what a child goes through during delivery, with the pulling and tugging on the body to get the head out and on the neck, and just the different process that the kids go through during delivery, let alone what a mom goes through. So I think that's a big thing that parents need to realize, that once they have that child, it doesn't exactly always come out perfect. There might be misalignments that need to be looked at that might help the child later on in life. And I know even a doctor up there that was a professor of mine talked about his daughter. He didn't realize that she was subluxated until she was 2 years old, and at that time they were diagnosing her with all kinds of things and didn't think that anything would help her. And sure enough, one adjustment made a significant change. A month later, she was back up to a normal speed. So I think that's a big thing for people to realize, that it's not just for adults. Bring in your kids too.